Alright guys, so if you're watching this video, most likely what's happened is your drone took a knock and your DJI O4 Pro became unfocused. Now I'm going to show you a couple reasons why that might have happened, but first let's get into this thing here. Now all you need to know is that you need a little Phillips head screwdriver just like this thing here to get into all the parts of this camera unit. So I'm going to go ahead and unscrew these without running camera, without wasting your time, and let's check it out once we've got it opened up. All right, so we've got the screws out here. You can just detach it like this. We have our lens in its housing. Remember that the H is always on top and you have a little QR code at the bottom. For your back housing here, you can see that the DJI logo here is always going to be right side up, so pretty easy. Inside this, here's our sensor. This is one of the issues you may face, is that the sensor has actually been jogged loose, and like I had said earlier, it's too far away from the camera lens apparatus itself. So I'm going to wiggle this out. What you'll see here, I actually have it popped out right now, but there's usually a little rubber grommet here. You can remove it to make this easier. And we're just going to wiggle this out. I'm actually going to look here. Sorry if it come off screen. There we go. Don't want to touch that sensor lens itself, but you know, be very careful with this. It's very delicate. What you'll see in a lot of these is there will be a pinkish like glue stuff on the back of this, and then also in here. If you run into that, what's probably happened is, and this thing actually came out for you, what's probably happened is that glue has been broken apart. It no longer works. It's gonna start to build up inside this assembly here. You might as well remove it while we're doing this. This one didn't have any of the glue. It was actually kind of strange. It just, I saw these two white strips. Now what you've seen I've done here is I took a little sticky rubberized stuff and stuck it right to the back of there, and that gave me just enough distance from the camera lens for the sensor to actually start working in. So I'm going to ease that back into there. I'm probably going to, you know, fully seat it off screen because it's very touchy. What did I use to give us that distance? This stuff right here. I think this is Rotor Riot's pad. Great use for this. I actually cut it into a very small piece and then cut it this width-wise here in half again to give me the distance. You might have to play with it. If the problem is the actual camera lens itself, it's going to be in this little housing here. Like I said, you've got 4 screws to secure it. They're very small, don't lose them. And what you're going to get is a little camera module that looks like this. If you can see here, they use some kind of glue to seal it. If I just saw something bounce, thankfully I've got extras. If the camera was jogged loose, you'll be able to turn it by twisting it like this. This one, it's still fine. So, you know, if it is the camera, what you're just going to have to do is you're going to have to test it by plugging in your drone, holding this up to the sensor with your goggles on, and then twisting it until you get focus. Probably going to be a pretty touchy task. I don't envy you if you have to do it. So yeah, those are your 2 issues there. Hopefully I've given you some advice on how to fix them. One thing I have noticed since I fixed this, because I've been just like, I've got 3 of these things that are broken, so I kind of was mixing and matching parts trying to figure out something that worked. If you mix and match parts, you might get the calibration error on your goggles. I don't know how to avoid that. It's just something that's going to happen. And also, if you don't want to deal with all this crap, Flywoo does have a camera module you can buy for like, I think it's like 65 bucks or something. Might be worth it if you don't want to, you know, fiddle with all this stuff. But I figure you know, now that I've learned how to do this, it's about 10 minutes of work. Might save me a little money. So let's hope this fix holds. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video.